Hey y'all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are listening to this. I am so glad that you're here. I am Alicia, your First Responder Readiness podcast host. And today we're breaking down single leg strength, why it matters for first responders, where most training falls short, and how to start building strength that actually holds up on shift. Do you feel strong and capable on shift, but find yourself exhausted halfway through? Do you train in the gym but still feel unprepared when the call hits? Are you starting to wonder if wear and tear just comes with the job? If so, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Alicia Black, an athletic trainer, strength and conditioning specialist, and a first responder performance coach. I help tactical professionals build strength that actually transfers to the job, manage fatigue, train with intention, and create durability without adding more stress to an already demanding schedule. If you're ready to train for the call, not just the gym, recover smarter, and build a body that lasts through your career, lace up your boots, shift starting, let's go. For my firefighters, paramedics, police officers, and pretty much anybody that is out here working, most of your job isn't done evenly. You're stepping, you're reaching, you're carrying, you're shifting your weight. So one leg is typically working harder more than the other one is. My goal and my mission here today is to shift a mindset from I just need to get stronger to I need strength that matches how I actually move on the job. By the end of this episode, you should be able to understand why most job movements are single leg dominant, see the gap between bilateral gym strength and real world strength, and know how to start training single leg strength. And for my leadership out there, many injuries stem from asymmetry and imbalance, not just a lack of strength. So the question is, if your training is mostly even, what happens when your job isn't? If you've been trying to figure out how to train in a way that actually matches what you do on shift, I created something for you. It's called Fit for the Call Insider, where I share simple strategies to help you move better, build strength that transfers, and stay ready for the job. You can join through the link in the show notes. All right, so for my gym goers of all type, the ones that I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. My intermediates, I'm somewhere in the middle. My novice, my beginners, and my seasonal ones that are just here for the summer bodies. Most people train squats, deadlifts, press, bench press, obviously. You might get some overhead press because I am talking about first responders after all. All important, but all symmetrical. Squats, you're typically doing what? Feet, shoulder, or hip width apart. You're going down to maybe 90 degrees, maybe A to G, A word to grass. We're not cussing over here. Deadlifts, again, feet or shoulder or hip width apart. You're hinging. That's all great. Pressing, bench press. You might be doing some incline press. You might be doing some overhead press. Again, most of these are probably being done with a barbell. And again, they're great. They are symmetrical. But think about your job. What are you typically doing on your job? What are the job functions that come to mind? They're not symmetrical. If you can't think of any scenarios, job functions that you feel like aren't symmetrical, I have a few that might be. Stepping out of a truck or a patrol car. By nature, the odds are you are not rotating your body, putting both feet on the ground, and then doing a sit to stand. You're not. You're swinging that left leg out and you're going to get out. That's a single leg movement. Carrying uneven loads. Yes, even if you're carrying, let's say you're carrying with both hands, which odds are if you're carrying equipment, you're not. Or if you are carrying equipment with both hands, one is going to be lighter than the other. And so in essence, that's kind of you would train that as if it is a unilateral movement in the gym. Climbing stairs. You're not frog jumping these stairs. You're going to step, 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 just like we walk. Stabilizing while reaching. If you're reaching up, more than likely, if you need to get up a little bit higher, you're going to reach with just one hand. Just reaching up with just one hand and then going up on your toes so that you can get every little inch, every little centimeter that you can. By nature, that is a unilateral movement. And like I said, this is not just exclusive to first responders. All of us in this world moving around, all of our able-bodied adults, adolescents, children, we are doing unilateral movements all the time. And so the best way to train our bodies to be able to withstand those unilateral movements is to train unilaterally in the gym. All of these require one leg to stabilize, one arm to be strong to get it, and to produce force. The key concept here is how well are you able to control your body on one leg? Because that's what we're talking about, single leg strength. You might be asking, why does this matter at all? Well, as an athletic trainer and strength and conditioning specialist, working with tactical athletes, I specialize in reducing injury risk. And one of the best ways to reduce injury risk is to create an environment where you are mimicking the force, the movements that you will be doing in an uncontrolled environment. So once your body is accustomed to and is made familiar with the movements, then you're less likely, we can't completely remove injury risk, but you're less likely to get injured while you're doing it in an uncontrolled environment. 2, it improves balance and stability. We can be standing up. If you're standing on 2 legs, obviously you're more balanced because your center of gravity is divided between your 2 legs. As soon as you lift one leg, you automatically are going to be challenging your balance system and your stability system. So just doing single leg movements will improve how you're able to balance and stabilize on one leg. 3, it transfers directly to job tasks. More than likely, while you're on a call, if you are doing patient lifts, patient carries, you're probably going to be you'll find yourself in a situation where you're having to maybe be in a split stance, or you're having one foot on a higher ground, higher plane than the other one. And all of these are ways that you can train unilaterally versus bilaterally. If you're only training bilaterally, feet, shoulder, or hips width apart, you're leaving gaps in your training, and therefore your body isn't as durable and able to do the job that you possibly could be able to do. So what happens without it? What happens if I don't train single leg unilaterally like you're saying? Great question. One side compensates more than the other. Our bodies, although we have 2 of almost everything, we do have one side that is stronger than the other. And so with that, one side, the side that's already stronger, you're naturally going to gravitate or lean to or lead with that side. And so your body begins to compensate. And with compensation comes the joints take on more stress. So if you're compensating on one side, then your joints on that side are taking on more stress. And then we're going to go down the road of overuse, because now we're overusing smaller muscles, smaller structures, smaller tissues that weren't supposed to take on the amount of stress that they're taking on. Now they are, because our body is compensating. And then movement becomes inefficient, sufficient and efficient, insufficient and inefficient. Oof, we're going to get there. Yes, because your body is tired. The joints have taken on more stress. And so now there's inflammation in the joints, in the tissues. And so our body, you naturally aren't going to want to be in a uncomfortable, dealing with discomfort, dealing with pain. And so you're not going to go through the movements. And so your movement patterns are going to start to decompensate. You might be asking, okay, so what can I do then to prevent this or to alleviate this? And just add some single leg exercises to your workouts that you're already doing. If you are doing, let's say you're working out 3 days a week or 2 days a week or however many, let's say a squat day. So for your main lift, you're doing squats, do some single leg stuff for your accessory work. If you're doing bench press for your main lift, do some single arm stuff for your accessory work. Like, it's really just that simple. What are some exercises? Split squats, similar to a lunge, except you're not going to be stepping forward and then stepping back. You're just going to step forward into that lunge position and your feet are going to stay stationary. A little education there. Squatting, your feet stay stationary. Lunging, your feet are moving back and forth from the end point to the start point. So just do some split squats as some accessory work to your main lift of your squats. Do some step ups. I mean, you probably should be doing step ups anyway, because if you're going on calls, you're probably going upstairs of some sort, and so you should be doing step ups. And single leg RDLs, that can be like a bird feeder, where as you're hinging, your leg is coming up and your back is staying flat, so it's completely single leg. Or you can be doing B stance or staggered single leg RDLs. Again, these can be accessory work to your main lift work. So I'm not saying don't do bilateral movements anymore. Don't do your standard squat, your standard deadlift or RDL anymore. Just add one exercise to your accessory work. You're probably doing accessory work anyway. So just go ahead and add some single leg stuff to it. What you want to do as you are doing these exercises is focus on control, not just weight. If you've already done your main lift, your squat, your deadlift, then for your accessory work, now we're working on control. Now we're working on capacity. We're working on just getting that movement in and building up the strength and the capacity, but we're not trying to PR and 1 rep max here. And a big thing, train both sides intentionally. I learned from another strength and conditioning coach that you want to train your weaker side, we already know which side typically is our weaker side. And if you don't, you will soon find out. But train your weaker side first. that's the one that's going to need the most work, and that's the one that's probably going to get fatigued faster. And then go to the other side. When you get to the stronger side, it's like a little treat, like, ooh, thanks, this feels amazing now. Well, less bad. But train both sides intentionally, not just, okay, I know my right side is my stronger side or my left side is my stronger side, whichever. I'm going to train my stronger side so that it can be stronger. No, you want to try to build both sides up as much as you can. Of course, I have some homework for you because that's how we reinforce the things that we are learning. What do I have for you? Add one single leg exercise. Just one. If you're already going to the gym, you're already working out, you are way better than the majority of your peers. So just add one single leg exercise to your current exercise routine. And notice which side feels weaker, which side feels less stable. Because yes, like I said earlier, you will have a side that is stronger and you will have a side that you have more balance on, that just feels more stable, more flexible, more limber, more all of the things. If you're realizing there's a gap between how you train and what your job actually demands, I offer 1-hour coaching sessions where we break that down and build a plan that actually transfers to your job. You can book that through the link in the show notes. Hey First Responder, I hope today's episode served you. If it did, take 30 seconds and share it with a partner or teammate who could use it too. The reality is most of us push through longer than we should. And if you haven't yet, leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It genuinely helps the show reach more responders who need it. Take care of yourself and take care of each other out there, and I'll meet you back here for the next episode. Bye.